There was a report today that the Alliance of American Football League co-founder Bill Polian said the AAF and the NFL have been talking about forming a relationship where the NFL would send quarterbacks and other players down to the AAF. Kind of like, actually, in fact, what it would be is they're considering making the Alliance of American Football the official minor league, developmental league in partnership with the NFL, where you can send down players. If you have a guy, you want him to get more reps, you can send him down to the AAF. You can pay him. He can be, for a great example is the Steelers have a quarterback named Mason Rudolph. If the Steelers want Mason Rudolph to get more reps and to play a little bit, keep him on their payroll, keep his rights, whatever, but they want him to get reps and prepare for someday maybe replacing Ben Roethlisberger, they can send Mason Rudolph down to the AAF and get him playing time. This hasn't happened yet, but this is what Bill Polian said the NFL and the AAF are considering and talking about working out a deal to do that, to make that possible. It's a really, really cool idea. I love this. Making the AAF an official minor league for the NFL makes both leagues demonstrably better, drastically better, massively better. I don't know the word I'm trying to say, but it helps both leagues. They both would benefit from this. Here's how it would help the NFL. More players getting reps makes the NFL better. It raises the talent level of the entire NFL. You want that. You want more players getting more reps. It's good for everybody. If linemen are better, it makes the NFL better. If backups are better, it makes the league better. Your scout team gives a better look to the team. That's the thing that no one talks about, no one seems to ever talk about, is your scout team matters. In practice, the guys, your backups, playing against your starters in practice make a very big impact on your team. The more talented your backups are, the more they can push your starters in practice and make you ready for the week. In my high school growing up, we practiced JV and varsity all together, and the sophomores got the hell beat out of them. They got annihilated. My brother was one of those guys. He was a scout team, literally scout team player of the year, because he would take on everybody, and he got beat into the ground. But you know what happened when he got beat into the ground? It did two things. One, it made the seniors, the older upperclassmen, better. They were getting a good look from a guy giving a lot of effort. But what it also did was it hardened the young guys. Our JV team never lost a game. We kicked everybody's butt, because you know what happens when you go against the best all week and then you're suddenly not playing against starters, not playing against varsity players, or playing against other guys your age. You beat the living tar out of them. And that is what could happen in the NFL, is when you raise the level of ability for all the backups, everybody gets better. You get better looks in practice. You get better backups. You get guys progressing and maybe being able to compete later and contribute to an NFL team on the field. Raising the level of talent in the NFL, that's what that would do, is partnering the AF with the NFL. It would also raise the level of talent in the Alliance of American Football. It would bring guys, names we know, names we're familiar with, onto the field in the Alliance. And that's what I want. Names like Mason Rudolph, the Steelers' backup quarterback. Maybe Davis Webb, a guy who had potential and then kind of flamed out. Now he's the Jets' backup quarterback. Guys like Kyle Lauletta, who some people believe, and maybe they still do, maybe they don't. A lot of people believed Kyle Lauletta was the Giants' savior, the next future of the Giants franchise. Now it looks like they're going to draft Dwayne Haskins. But guys like that, guys who need reps and need to get better and could help your team in the future, that's who I want to see play in the Alliance. I want to see guys who need reps and need to get better. I like this new move. I really, really like this. You got to also acknowledge there are two upstart new developmental football leagues in America. Well, one of them is a developmental league. One of them is the Alliance of American Football. They have partnered. They've made it very, very clear they want to work with the NFL. That's one league, the AAF. The other league is Vince McMahon's XFL. And the XFL does not want to work with the NFL. They are being very oppositional to the NFL. It's part of their brand. The XFL is saying, we're not the NFL. We want to do things differently than the NFL. And we want to fix the issues with the NFL and make our league better. And people that don't like the NFL, people mad at Roger Goodell, people who don't like the fact they're not hitting, this is very appealing to that group of people that don't like the NFL, that love football, but don't like the direction the NFL is headed. I do not think that is a sustainable way to build your business. Building your business on hate, I don't think can last. Guys that are mad and angry the NFL isn't what they want, maybe that works. I could be wrong. Maybe it's a better product to those people. But I really, here's what I don't understand. You can't beat the NFL. You're not going to take them head on and work. Maybe the XFL can't survive. It's possible. But I want you to think of names. When you think of these names, what images come to your mind? The Dallas Cowboys. I see Deion Sanders, Troy Aikman, Michael Irving, and a Super Bowl trophy being hoisted into the air. How about the Green Bay Packers? Brett Favre, Vince Lombardi, Aaron Rodgers, years of history. The New York Giants, what do you think of? The Philadelphia Eagles, what do you think of that movie with Vince Papale and Mark Wahlberg's playing him? I think of years of history when I think of those 4 franchises. The new leagues, whether it's the AAF or the XFL, they cannot compete with years of history, with years of passion, with years of brand loyalty. You're not going to dethrone the Dallas Cowboys. And look, I want to say something. It might be controversial. I don't know. The XFL has taken a stance. We want hitting. We want to be the league that hits, and we're not afraid of being wimps. That's an interesting idea for people that want that. But I think the major problem right now with the NFL is injuries. People are afraid of getting hurt. Moms growing up saying, I don't want my kid to play football because he's going to get a brain injury. I don't think a league with more hitting is a good idea at all. The NFL just did something. They instituted a new rule. They said, in fact, it wasn't a rule change. It was an emphasis. The NFL made an emphasis on quarterback safety. They don't want guys landing with their full body weight on quarterbacks. What happened was the NFL had a record year of offensive statistics. The most passing yards and the most yards ever, the most passing touchdowns ever, the most points ever from NFL offenses, and ratings went up for the NFL. Television ratings went up. You're telling me a league that has more hitting, which means more injuries, it means more star players getting hurt and leaving the field. You're telling me that's a good idea? Because I don't think that's a good idea. It's not a good message to send to parents. It's not good for your ratings. Maybe that's what people want, right? It's all really what it's about is pleasing the television viewer at home. But you know what's not pleasing to the television viewer at home? He might think he wants to see a lot of hits. But what about when everybody's franchise quarterback is injured and not playing? That's bad football you don't want to watch. It's nearly unwatchable to watch backup quarterbacks in the NFL. I don't know that the XFL is aligning with the right ideas. Screw the NFL. We're going to have hitting. We're going to do things differently. Hate Roger Goodell. Take on the Dallas Cowboys. It's not a sustainable brand. I could be wrong, and I'm very willing to be wrong. But I don't think the XFL is doing the right things. I think the AAF, partnering with the NFL, becoming their official minor league, that is exactly what you should do. Instead of if you can't beat them, join them. And nobody's going to beat the NFL. Again, Dallas Cowboys, New York Giants, Green Bay Packers, Philadelphia Eagles, historic, memorable franchises. You're not going to beat them. And the XFL has said, the AAF, the Alliance of American Football, has said, if you can't beat them, we're going to join them. We'll partner with them. We'll make friends. And maybe we can survive too and make some money playing football. I like that. I like that approach. I think that's the right approach. And we'll see, right? Time will tell. Vote with your wallet. If you like the XFL, you like what they're doing, go watch them. I have nothing against it. I like football. More football is better for everybody. But I think the AAF, I like the way they're doing things more. I like that they're partnering with the NFL. I think they're being smarter. And I think they're doing the right stuff. You might not like it, but even if you don't like, if you think you don't like hitting, what happens when 16, half the league quarterbacks get hurt because they're getting knocked out? That's also not good for football. So you might think you like hitting, but what happens when your franchise quarterback gets hit and then loses and is knocked out of the game and out for the season? Does that guy like hitting then? If you're an Eagles fan and Carson Wentz is injured and out for the year and you now no longer have Nick Foles, see my point? I don't know that the things that the XFL is pursuing, hitting, screw the NFL, those are not sustainable, good ideas, and time will tell. Time will tell. But I think right now the AAF is pursuing the right ideas. My name is Zach Schaumler. This is my podcast, Strong Opinion Sports. It is my favorite thing in the entire world. And I want to ask for your help. I want this show to grow. I want more people to watch and more people to listen to this podcast. My dream is to do this show as my full-time job. I want to own it myself. I want to do it on the internet and have complete control. I don't want to do it for CBS or ESPN. I don't want to work for a big network. I want to own it myself. And if you believe in that dream, please do me a huge favor. Help me grow by telling your friends about this podcast. share it on Facebook, share a link on Twitter, maybe you screenshot it, put it on Instagram. I don't have a marketing strategy beyond this. This is all I have. A lot of people, one of the most common comments I get on YouTube is, you have great content. We love your stuff. You deserve more viewers. What you should do is you should buy ad spaces on Facebook or Twitter or promote yourself and buy revenue, like buy ads. I have no money. I am a broke college kid. I can't buy ad spaces. I don't have money to pay for books. And so my plan, this is my marketing plan, this is my strategy. All I plan to do is put every ounce of effort I have into making the very best podcast I can. I believe if I make a great product that people believe in, that people like, then they will share it with their friends. And so if you agree with that, if you believe in the show, if you like what I do, please do me a huge favor. Tell your friends about it. Help me grow by telling your friends about this podcast.